Hello, my Cancerians. This'll be your reading for December of 2023. How are all my Cancers doing? Let's see what we've got for Cancer, December of 2023. Did any of you catch the northern lights that were out last night? You could see it in certain parts of the world, but not everyone had them visible. That's a real treat. I hope that you got outside and got a chance to see them if you're in an area where they were visible. It's definitely a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. And kind of funny that the very first time I'm using this backdrop I was all excited about, we happened to have northern lights last night. I wasn't able to see them from where I was, but hopefully you could. So 2 cards flew right out of the deck. So we've got the Temperance card. You could be dealing with the Sagittarius. And we've got the 9 of Pentacles in the reverse. So something tells me that you may be dealing with the Sagittarius. And if it's not, it doesn't have to be, but it's a sign that it could be. So Temperance talks all about finding balance. You're trying to find balance in your life right now, but what's holding you back is, I feel like you've had new beginnings in the business world, and you've got the 9 of Pentacles in the reverse. You feel like you aren't where you want to be financially. I know everybody pretty much feels that way, but I think that's what's been on your mind more than usual. I do think that you are doing way better than you give yourself credit for. You are very intelligent and very wise when it comes to making business decisions, or at least with this recent one that you dealt with. And, you feel about yourself like you're not all with it financially. And we've got the 4 of Pentacles. So I feel like your goal right now is to save money. I think that's a lot of people's goal, but I think that's what you've had on your mind lately. You could also be dealing with somebody that's withholding resources, time, or energy. Maybe you were being very giving to another person and they weren't reciprocating. Or, to put it bluntly, you felt like you were dealing with somebody in your life that's being a real cheap ass. What else do we have for my Cancers? This is a really weird reading so far. What else do we have for my Cancerians? So we've got the Queen of Cups in the upright. So I feel like maybe there's been... Okay, so that kind of makes sense. With the Temperance in the upright and the Queen of Cups, you might have had a tough time dealing with a situation, trying to decide between love and a money situation, or your mental and emotional health versus financial. What else do we have? And I feel like this is in your way distant past. You could also have been dealing with another water sign like yourself, Pisces, Scorpio, or another Cancer. Or, maybe there's a certain policies at your job, and there was like a situation going on that where you had to decide between morals and following the rules so you don't get reprimanded at work. Like maybe there was something unethical going on and you wanted to step in, but you could only do so much because of whatever rules they were. I don't know if that's what's going on. This whole thing is weird so far. I feel like everybody's gotten this in their reading. Hanged Man in reverse. So something tells me that you were watching a situation and saying, okay, enough's enough. This has gone on for far too long now. I'm coming down from my little hiding spot and I'm gonna say something. That's what I feel like happened in your recent past. Or you took a nap on your couch and ate some snacks and called it a day. I could be 1,000% wrong. I'm okay with being wrong. It's your intuition that matters more than the cards do anyways. in the very near future, so we've got the Justice card in the reverse. That makes sense. You know, there's an unjust situation and you're trying to do the right thing morally, and you're somehow being, what's the word? Looked down, not looked down upon. It's like, you know that you're doing the right thing and people are trying to sweep things under the rug, and you're not gonna stand for it. And you are represented by the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. I almost feel like you called somebody out on ripping somebody off somehow. Yeah, with that Four of Pentacles, and then you've got the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. I feel like somebody got called out on either being greedy, taking advantage of somebody's finances, ripping somebody off, and for a small few of you, you may have called somebody out on something regarding their health. You know, maybe you have a loved one that has maybe heart problems and they're not doing anything to improve their diet. I'm not gonna judge. Like, junk food is hard to quit. When you really are, like, set in your ways with certain foods, it's really hard to change that. You know, and maybe you might have gave somebody a hard time, like a tough love sort of thing, not in a mean way, but because you care about them, or, you know, whatever the health concern is, they were doing something that wasn't healthy, and you called them out on it. And in your environment, we've got the Judgment card in the reverse. So I feel like there's an important decision that needs to be made involving the people around you. Like, you're waiting on somebody else to make a decision that needs to be made, and you're getting real sick and tired of it. Like, what gives? Why being a slowpoke? You know, like, something needs to be done about this, and the person or the people aren't doing anything about it, and you are losing your patience. And we've got the Ace of Wands in the reverse. Interesting. So I just said losing your patience. Ace of Wands in reverse has to do with losing your motivation and your passion. I feel like in the near future, your future actions about this situation, you're gonna run out of motivation to even try to deal with this anymore, because the people on the other side aren't doing anything about it, and you can't be the only one. What's the outcome? So we've got the Strength card in the reverse. Yeah, running out of motivation. You know, you can only, like, let's say that there's a leak in a boat, in the hull or whatever, and you know, you're trying to prevent this leak from all the water getting into the boat, so you're holding your hands over the, you know, little hole where the water's getting through. You can only sit there and do it for so long before you get fatigued, you know, and it ends up filling up with water, and you can either jump ship and swim to shore or stay on a sinking ship. I don't know if that's making any sense for you, or if that has to do with anything. To me, this all just sounds like a bunch of blah, 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 blah that makes zero sense, but it doesn't have to make sense to me. I'm just the messenger. So hopefully this makes sense to you. Let me get a couple of more cards for my Cancers here, just to see if there's anything else. You could also be dealing with a Leo, possibly. So we've got, oh boy, so we've got the Seven of Swords. So that is very snaky, deceptive energy. Somebody, if you're wondering if somebody's full of it and a lying little fuckbag, that's your verification that yes, they are being deceitful and they weren't being honest. Like, maybe somebody did something shady and you were trying to call it out, and, you know, like, it's very concerning morally. And we've got the Two of Swords, yeah, having a tough time making a decision of deciding what to do about it. So that sounds like a really tough situation that you're dealing with. Hopefully it's wrong, because I hope that you're just chilling, taking naps on the couch and enjoying your snacks and not dealing with any drama. So we've got the Nine of Cups in the reverse. So that has to do with emotional codependency. And what that means is, like, you or a person in this situation is the fix-it person, they're the healer. And oftentimes they get taken advantage of and they think to themselves, oh, I'm that lying little fuckbag's only hope. If they only had somebody to be there for them and give them the benefit of the doubt, but they end up just getting used and stepped on. So maybe, like, you gave somebody this Seven of Swords, you gave somebody the benefit of the doubt, you know, being the fix-it and the healing person, they're deceiving you. If you're, like, seeing something fishy about a situation, yes, this person is full of shit. So, I don't really know where else to go with this. We've got the Seven of Cups in the reverse here, so that talks about, so the Seven of Cups in the upright talks about having a lot on your plate, having a tough time making a decision. It also could talk about having multiple options, like if you're dealing with a romantic situation, having lots of options of people to pick from. But in the reverse, it talks about finally making a decision and not having as much stuff on your plate. My intuition is telling me something's gonna come to you in your dreams, or like maybe through songs on the radio. You're gonna have your answer and you're gonna be able to make a decision. Something, December 31st came to mind. I don't know if the timelines are gonna make sense at all, but that's kind of what I'm getting. And then we've got the Star card. That has to do with a wish coming true and also futuristic thinking. So if you've wished for peace, it's letting you know that you're gonna get the peace that you were hoping for. This is just a really weird reading and has a lot of heavy energy to it. I don't know, Cancer. Well, thank you so much for watching. I hope this made sense for you. Take what resonates and leave the rest. I hope you have a great rest of your month of December of 2023, and I hope that it brings you as much peace as possible that you deserve, Cancer. Thank you so much for watching.